Good evening and welcome to this Wednesday, December 1st edition of EastCast. I'm David Drockman along with co-anchors Stu Dubin and Randy Saperstone on sports, bringing you the latest news of the week. Spirit was the operative word the last 2 weeks as Cherry Hill East freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors competed vigorously yet good-heartedly to win Spirit Week 93. It was a close race this year between the juniors and seniors, while the freshmen and sophomores trailed significantly behind until the end. Spirit Week was kicked off this year with a dance on the 11th of November, but the fun really began the following Monday, when Spirit Week began permeating East's hallways, afflicting everyone with the contagiousness of East's spirit. The day began with the cougar hunt, in which hundreds of red pieces of paper with cougars embroidered on them were hidden throughout the building, along with some more valuable golden cougars. As the week progressed, however, the contest became increasingly more unusual. While there were the standard contests like the tug of war and guess the number of Smarties in the jar, some of the contests were a bit far-fetched, proving true the old adage that the stranger something is, the more fun it is apt to be. Fun was had by all students who tried to blow bubbles in frozen bubble gum and feed milk to each other through baby bottles. Of course, the infamous applesauce through a straw contest must not be overlooked. In this contest, teams of students struggled to sip applesauce through a straw. It is worth noting that things went much smoother this year since no one brought in extra chunky applesauce. There were also lunchroom competitions, the highlight of which had to have been Twister, in which students battled limb over limb, trying to outlast their opponents in the popular Parker Brothers game. Other in-school activities included a trivia contest. Students were kept abreast of any late-breaking developments through daily updates on morning announcements. On the Friday before Thanksgiving, the annual Spirit Week pep rally was held, which included more Spirit Week competition and more Spirit Week fun. Included were the jump rope competition and the Dance of the Decade group dance routine. A great time was had by those who actually attended this mandatory event. The following half week, the cake decoration and guess the number of Smarties competitions were held. In the end, however, it was the seniors who were victorious. Their win was announced during the Thanksgiving homecoming festivities, which featured the final float competition held at halftime at the East-West football game. And now with the latest on the game itself, here's Randy Saperstone.
Thank you, David. Cherry Hill East's 25th annual homecoming football game proved to be exciting for East students and alumni as well. As Scott Peeler gracefully trotted into the end zone for 3 touchdowns, East defeated West by a score of 19-6. So for the record, East has beaten West 22 out of the last 25 years. East's winningest coach, Bo Wood, who coached such football greats as Glenn Foley, Stan Clayton, and Scott Peeler, has requested for a 1-year sabbatical in order to be on the sidelines for his son at the University of Maryland. Good luck in the future to Coach Wood and all of the graduating seniors. And now we go back to Stu.
The Cherry Hill High School East Thespian Society will present the play The Diary of Anne Frank 6 times this week. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and a special matinee on Sunday at 2 p.m. All night shows will begin at 8 o'clock. The cast and crew have worked hard for months, and this is easily the most anticipated show at East in the last few years. Director Robert Nation triple cast the show, the first such move in 7 years. Sean Barrett said that the show's serious message should make it a must-see. Other cast members echoed Sean's sentiments. Tickets are on sale for $5 during the day and before each show at the ticket booth outside the auditorium. East students have been subjected to some new math in the halls over the last few weeks. Signs telling them that 1 = 5 have appeared all over the school. How can this be? It's all part of the fall blood drive that started yesterday and finishes tomorrow. Each pint of blood is used to help 5 people, so each student who donates blood is able to help 5 other people. In the past, East students have met the quota for the blood drive, and we hope this fall is no different. That's it for the news tonight. Special thanks to Mr. Gordon Hampson, cameraman and editor, Mr. Keith Haynes, advisor, and to our student camera people, Dan Grady, Eric Fralin, and John McAllery. Thank you for joining David Drockman, Randy Saperstone, and me, Stu Dubin, this evening. Stay tuned for the East-West homecoming football game. Tonight we leave you with Ophelia cheering for East after their homecoming win over West. Good night, Ophelia.
Good evening and welcome to the West Report. I'm Lindsay Melson.
And I'm Adrienne Gum. On Wednesday, November 24th, classes were shortened so that students could attend a pep rally. The celebration was held in the recently refurbished Jones Gym. To show their spirit in flying colors, seniors and freshmen wore purple, while sophomores and juniors wore white. The ceremonies began as senior Aaron Lazar led the school in the national anthem. In traditional pep rally spirit, the band and indoor color guard performed. The varsity and junior varsity cheerleaders showed cheers and dances they have been practicing. Applause was loud and enthusiastic when fall athletics were introduced. Teams introduced included tennis, cross country, gymnastics, soccer, girls volleyball, field hockey, swimming, and of course the football team. Co-captains Mike Fulcher and Brock Atkins reported on the past season and talked about the big homecoming game against East. A highlight of the rally was the introduction of the 5 senior girls nominated for Homecoming Queen. The nominees were Christina Bianco, escorted by Brian Kane, Lori Carty, escorted by Chris Martini, Karen Fishlovich, accompanied by Mike Kryza, Jamie Golan with escort Ricky Claus, and Melissa Majikis, accompanied by Patrick Pryor. Melissa Majikis was announced the winner. The celebration ended with our school alma mater.
Last Wednesday night, SGO sponsored the Now and Then dance at 8 p.m. in the cafeteria. Not only were current students allowed to attend the dance, but all former West graduates were admitted as well. This annual dance gives former students a chance to visit with other former students, as well as current West students and faculty. The evening was fairly well attended, but we're not sure as to whether there will be another Now and Then dance next year.
During halftime on Thursday's homecoming game, the crowd enjoyed the annual homecoming parade. The parade included floats, which students worked hard on building. The seniors and freshmen based their float on the Muppet characters, while the sophomores and juniors' theme was Charlie Brown and Friends. Participating in the parade were SAD members, Young Woman of the Year Shauna Williams, and Mr. West 1993 Josh Cohen. The 4 runner-ups for homecoming court rode with their escorts at the end of the parade was homecoming queen Melissa Majikis and her escort. Now here's Dave Marika with the rest of the stats from the homecoming game and this week's sports.
The West football team concluded its season on Saturday with a 19-6 loss to arch rival Cherry Hill East. The Lions opened the score in the first quarter on a 3-yard touchdown run by senior Michael Fulcher. The boys were then shut out the rest of the way. Coach Smith's team finishes the season 3-6, so congratulations on a solid year. You can see the game and the homecoming pageant tonight after the news. The winter sports teams began practice last Friday. The regular season opens in mid-December for these teams. I'll keep you informed. And for my prediction of the week, the New York Giants play Miami. The 2 top teams in their division battle it out at Joe Robbie Stadium this Sunday at 4 o'clock. I believe Phil Simms will lead his team to a 24-17 victory over the Dolphins. You've heard it here first. Well, that's all the sports. Now back to the West Report.
People who are not familiar with the physical education department at Cherry Hill West might be curious as to what the students mean as they walk down the hallway moaning about the dreaded fun run. One might ask, what is the fun run? Well, only by experience am I able to tell you that the fun run is a 1.7-mile run which every student who participates in gym class is required to run once a week. Each week, 2 days are set aside for the run. One day, the odd period gym classes are involved in the run, and the other designated day is for the even periods. The chosen days vary so that a student who has lab out of gym class does not happen to miss the run twice in a row because of lab. By making the students participate in the fun run, the gym teachers hope to increase the overall quality of physical fitness of the students at Cherry Hill West. Last night, PAVIS, West Performing and Visual Arts Society, held its annual induction ceremony at 7 p.m. in the auditorium. Students who were inducted into the society were given the chance to perform or display their talents last evening. Now that the students who were inducted into the society, along with their advisor, Mr. Wilson Colon, are beginning to make plans for PAVIS Festival in May.
West's Young Woman of the Year, Shauna Williams, competed with 20 other girls from all over South Jersey in the Camden County Junior Miss Pageant. The pageant was held at Haddon Township High School last Saturday night. Congratulations to Shauna, who took second place, winning a scholarship, and won first place in the academic portion of the pageant. Shauna said she enjoyed the pageant and she is pleased that she was a part of it. Students participating in FOP this year are working hard to prepare for the annual FOP party in December. The FOP, or Fraternal Order of Police, sponsors the party, which will be held at the Cherry Hill Hyatt. The holiday party is for handicapped students and adults in the South Jersey area. Students from Cherry Hill East and West volunteer to attend the party, make decorations, set up for the party, and donate presents for the guests. SGO holds meetings after school in the cafeteria to work on the decorations.
Cherry Hill West mourns the loss of former student and friend John Corson. Last Wednesday morning, a tragic car accident claimed the life of John. He played a big part in the lives of many people at Cherry Hill West, and memories of him will live on. John was very involved at West, and he will be sadly missed by staff, students, family, and friends.